Okay, so welcome everyone to our June meeting. The park is not open. We reported this last time. We're super excited that it's open. It is full every day. I don't know, Bianca, if you ever go down Parton to see how busy it is, but it's so exciting and heartwarming to see how many parents and kids are using the park, and that's what it's meant for. Our next goal is to get the track open and the basketball court adjacent to it. You know, summer's coming up, and we see people, you know, trying to do their exercise around the sidewalk. It's not conducive, even when you have two parties coming at each other, they have to get out of the way. So that's our next goal. And we're going to be leveraging our relationship with Councilmember Hernandez. He mentioned that he has he's on a committee where they're working together with the Santana School District on several initiatives. So this will be one. The field is a joint use facility. And so it's going to take both Santana School District and Santana Parks and Rec to work together to get that back open. So that will be our next initiative. Just a reminder on how to connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Nextdoor. For those that are not on Nextdoor, highly encourage everyone to get on. Not only will you learn about you know, everything that's going on in our community, but we're able to talk specifically just to the neighbors in Willard. So really encourage everyone to join there. We have a dedicated email address, and all of our meetings are recorded and they're hosted on the Santana YouTube page. And a new thing we have is if you'd like to join our mailing list, you can text the number 22828 and text the word Willard, and you'll be joined there. So, you know, the main focus of this meeting is to really just thank everyone, thank those that are on the call today, and really our whole community for rallying around and helping us create our first community event. You know, this idea started with the fact that many of our students are going back to school. We're one of the last school districts to go back to in-person learning, and many are doing summer school. So we thought, let's do something for them and get them backpacks. And what started with a small idea grew into a big just community event, and so many resources and partners coming together. We did want to pause and recognize all of our sponsors and partners here. The city of Santa Ana, first and foremost. You know, we had Mayor Sarmiento come out, Councilmember Hernandez, St. Peter Lutheran Church, just for hosting the event. You know, they've been such a pillar in our community. And the fact that they let us come onto their campus, we tried to have an entrance and an exit to facilitate the flow of the event. And I think it worked out pretty well for the most part. This is one of the first events, you know, that has happened since COVID. So we were all very nervous, you know, would anybody show up, and also excited about just the support that we had. AT&T was a big supporter as well. Gay, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Would you like to talk a little bit about AT&T's participation?
I'm sorry for your background. I'm at Little League practice, so here at Jerome. You know, of course, AT&T. We're the Latinos of AT&T, and we were very happy to jump on board. Of course, I'm helping my neighbor Irene with the Willard Neighborhood Association. Very honored to be able to participate in this grand event. I want everyone to know on this call that I submitted pictures and a little write-up to the AT&T corporate, and they picked it up. They loved it. So they want to be on board with helping us in future events. So I'm going to knock on their doors when our next endeavor comes up to our plate. But big kudos to this team, because really we were a team of 4 that kind of conjugated at my home, and a lot of talk back and forth of what was best, what wasn't best. And sometimes we agreed to disagree on some issues, but we were worried no one was going to show up. So we were very proud that the people did come out and show us. To Sabrina's point, there is a need in the Willard community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Gay. And the AT&T sponsored the balloon maker, and I know that was super popular with the kids. There were some kids that stood in line specifically for that. So thank you, Gay and AT&T. Swell Bottle Company is one of our sponsors, and they graciously donated very nice double insulated water bottles, but there was a delay in transit. They were like sitting on a train the day of our event. They did arrive in time, so we're going to hold them for the next event and give those out. But they're these beautiful red water bottles that the kids can use for school. They're reusable. They're really nice, and the value of each one is like $30. They're very nice quality. So we will hold on to those for the next event. Suavecito was out. They had approached us early on about being a part of any of our events, and I think they were very popular just with the characters that they came to take photos with. They had a vintage car and gave out lots of cool swag, and they graciously also donated a couple of raffle items. El Sol Academy, so they were providing resources and information about their school, but they also hosted an art project for our lending library. So part of the Boca de Oro program, our community is going to receive a lending library, and they were in charge of helping the kids, put their fingerprint and their handprint on the actual structure. So there's a little bit more work that needs to be done with that, but we're going to find a location to put that up so that we can have books available for the community. Marta, can you talk about the next few partners?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. So which would those be? Santa Ana College. So Santa Ana College Child Development Center was there. They were registering. Their focus was to bring attention to that resource. It's for children, I believe, 3 to 5 years old. It's a free daycare. So they just wanted to be able to speak to the community and make them aware that they are on the campus of St. Peter. And yeah, it was great that they were there, well received. A lot of people didn't know that it was available to the community. They thought it was specific to St. Peter. The next one was Willard Intermediate. They wanted to be able to make a Saturday available to the parents to be able to come out and register their students for the fall. So that works out really well. And OC Protests is an organization that has been providing groceries, free fruits, vegetables, dry goods. Every Saturday they're out at Willard Park at 2 p.m. and they bring it. They bring a ton of food, and we have a lot of grandmas and moms and just dads, full families come out and participate in being able to just stock up for the week. And that's a great program there that we have going. Is there anyone else, Irene?
Yeah, so, Orange County Credit Union.
Orange County's Credit Union has been a longtime partner. They've come out for almost all the events that St. Peter has held in the last 6 years that I know of. And they just want to bring awareness to the community that they're at the corner of Ross near Civic Center. And they just were out there answering questions, and they brought some resources for the community as well.
And then OCTAC.
OCTAC was invited, I believe, by Willard Intermediate. They work closely together. I believe it's a arts organization. Not too familiar with it, but that was what was great about bringing them to the resource fair. It brought awareness to the community that they were there in the community offering free classes, I believe, this summer for the kids.
And then Santa Ana Police Department, they brought the focus was on the police explorers, and they also surprised us with the K9 unit. That's what we originally asked for, and they weren't sure they'd be able to make that work. But I think we have someone from Santa Ana PD. I don't know if you heard any feedback or would like to add anything about the event.
Oh yes, the canine. Yeah, everybody loves the canine when we bring out the dog. So yes, we not only provide the canine. Next time I'm gonna try to send our SWAT team as well. They come out with the big trucks, and then we provide also, as far as I heard, there was a lot of backpacks provided for students. Sometimes we're able to provide helmets as well. So I'm glad I'm here and I'm listening to the success of this event. So next time I'm going to try to send more resources so we can have a bigger event.
Oh, great. Thank you. We are very glad to have you, and look forward to many more events. For downtown Santa Ana, that business association, had our project called the Butterfly Project, and it's to commemorate COVID. They decorated masks that are going to be on display at different retailers in the downtown Santa Ana area. So it's a very beautiful project that the kids got to work with. The next one is Project Kinship. Marta, I don't know if you can talk a little bit about them.
That's another resource that, you know, we would invite one partner and then they would bring on another one. So Project Kinship was also referred to as, I believe, by Willard Intermediate. And they were upfront. They provided a lot of arts and crafts, and I think they also provide resources for the youth, and gave a lot of information to the parents so that they can plug in this summer. So that's another great resource that we were blessed with. Didn't know, you know, of them until this started rolling, and you know, a lot of the partners were just, hey, can we bring on, you know, this other partner? And that's how it kind of doubled quickly.
And they provided quite a few raffle gifts as well. So that's something I think the kids were excited about, something that we'll be doing in the future as part of our events. Floral Park Association actually reached out to us. And when we mentioned that this was a summer program that we were doing, they were very excited about it and in being a partner. And they donated a few backpacks, some hand sanitizer, and just in promoting the event with their community. I think we might have Jeffrey Katz on the line.
I'm here, and we're really happy to be a part of it. And we look forward to partnering with you guys on future events. Thank you so much for including us.
No, thank you. And thanks, Jeffrey, for coming by the event. I know you spent some time out there, you know, checking the event out. We, you know, being neighbor associations, we hope to work on a couple of projects together.
Trying to make 17th Street smaller so we get closer.
Yeah.
That's great. Marty, can you talk about State Farm and Toyoma?
Yeah, so State Farm is a longtime partner of the Willard Neighborhood Task Force. So along with Orange County's Credit Union, they've been attending the meetings, which are every other month on a Thursday at 1 o'clock. And those partners have been attending the meetings. They've been, you know, really critical in decisions that have been made over the years. And they were initially not one of the partners that were invited, but Toyama is a karate self-defense school that we're partnering up with. Willard Neighborhood Association is wanting them to come out and do a self-defense class, you know, anti-bullying for the kids this summer. And so coincidentally, the dojo owner there at Toyama is the son of Araceli from State Farm. So when we invited Toyama, he asked if Araceli from State Farm could come. And we said, of course, she's been a long time partner of the neighborhood. So then she came on board as well, provided backpacks, just like, you know, a lot of the other partners provided backpacks for the kids. So it was great having all of them there.
Yeah, I think they were very popular. The last two to name are Santa Ana Active Streets. So they're a local community organization, and their focus is on providing education and awareness of not just bicycle safety and pedestrian rights, but so many other initiatives that have to do with the community and being active on the streets. It's an organization I'm a part of, very passionate about them, but they provided some youth with helmets and education. And if anyone's interested in them, they have these great BC classes where they teach kids how to ride correctly on, you know, we have the right of way to ride on streets. And then after the training, they do a little bike ride together. So a great organization to be a part of. And then the last one was Marta. It's our last vendor that signed on at the last minute, the partnership group.
Yeah, that was the Barrios family, for Justice for Victoria Barrios. I had invited Santa Anita president, who's also a longtime partner with Willard. So we invited the president of Santa Anita, and his daughter is Ava Barrios. His granddaughter had been shot and killed, a few years back, 2019. And so she asked if she could be a part of this youth fair. And it was the day before the event. And I went ahead and made that decision to invite her. She brought along with her their new mascot, which is the big dog that you'll see in some of the pictures there. It's a therapy dog, and their new mascot. So that was a last minute addition. So that's why it just grew so quickly, because it just, honestly, everyone wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, so we have some photos that we're going through, and we had a couple photographers out. Thank you so much, Neighborhood Initiative Office, for joining us. They were our photographers for the event. So we're just doing a little bit of slideshow of some of the highlights. Net, we gave out over 200 backpacks. It's something we're super excited about. That was our goal. And it was close at the end, but we had some great donations come in at the last minute, and support from partners. So we gave away 200 backpacks. We had about 90 families register. And what's interesting is there were many grandparents that came out to register their kids. So it can be that the grandparents have custody of the children and they're the guardians, or it's that the parents are working. So that's something to take note of. And we're looking at how can we support those grandparents in our community a little bit more. Most were Spanish speakers. Whenever we have an event, it'll be important to make sure we have plenty of Spanish speakers registering people. And we also cataloged what ages the youth were and what schools they were from. So that information we'll be using to help guide what events we can have in the future. This picture here is the line of, so after the youth went around to the different sponsors and tables, they lined up to get their backpack, and this was the backpack distribution area. They got to pick whatever style they wanted, whether it be, cute, we have these cute like llama ones and girly ones, or sports backpacks, or some more plain ones for I know the older kids like having not a flashy backpack, and then they got to pick out the supplies that they wanted to put inside. So here's our group of volunteers, our folks that headed it up. Definitely want to congratulate and again thank tremendously all of our partners and sponsors, but especially our organizing committee. Marta, thank you so much. Gay Olivos and Favi. Is Favi on the line? I don't think she's on. And then we have Mayor Sarmiento here in the photo with, what's the name of the dog again, Marta?
I don't recall, but we also had Teresa Rivas. Yep. Who participated. Don't see her in that picture, but her and Bianca did amazing at the front desk, as well as some staff some of the members of the congregation from St. Peter. Evelyn was out there. So we had a whole team that just stepped up and asked, how can I help? And we appreciate every single one.
Yeah, and even
Atani, the name of the dog was Atani.
Atani, that's right.
Yeah, Atani. And my mother, who was also helping at the front table too, who's a preschool teacher at El Sol. So she was there helping with the.
I think we have a picture. We have a picture of her, I think, in one of those. Yeah. Yes.
She's a retired DMV person. If you have seen her face before.
No, thank you. And yeah, all of our family rallied around for setup and breakdown as well. So just thank you, everyone. It's an event that we look forward to doing again next year, and just improving on it. Okay. Let's go on to the next. 1 second. Okay, bear with me 1 second. The PowerPoint's not coming back up. Let's see, can you see my screen by any chance?
No, no.
Okay, let's try this.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that work?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you. So just definitely want to recognize Councilmember Jonathan Hernandez. Not only did he had an appointment in the morning, but he did join us at the very end and talked to quite a few of the partners and sponsors in the community. But he also provided a financial donation from his part for the event, and that's what we used to purchase most of the backpacks. Oops, sorry about that. And then also Mayor Vicente Sarmiento, we had his support as well, and that's what we used to purchase the rest of the backpacks. And then he was out there for quite a bit of the day, handed out backpacks to some of the youth, and gave some really nice words to the community. At the same time, because we're overachievers, we had dumpsters out for that. We had made a commitment that every garage sale Saturday we would have the dumpsters out so that the community could get rid of anything that they wanted to get rid of. We really didn't promote this last event. It was on Saturday, June 5th at the same time, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. But we filled both dumpsters, which I'm super proud of and excited. So we hope the community will know that every Saturday of Garage Sale Saturday, we will be out there. So Gay, thank you for booking that and arranging it. So the next time we'll have the dumpsters out will be September 4th. And then after that, December 4th. And for future events, we hope to make it more of a community cleanup day where we go around and identify a location that we can clean up as a community. But yes, any questions or suggestions you have around this, definitely let us know. And the location it's at, it looks like it's pretty central, and we're going to keep it there for now, is the corner of 15th and Parton, right by Willard Park. Marta, do you want to talk about some of our opportunities with food donation?
Yeah, so we have a few options here for food donations. Every Saturday, as I mentioned earlier, at 2 p.m. at the corner of 15th and Parton Street, OC Protests is a group of young adults who are very active in their community, and most of them being Santa Ana residents, a few being from Anaheim. They come out every Saturday and they bring it with just a lot of free, fresh fruits and vegetables. And, we have in the past, which was June through about January, we did hot meals. We provided hot meals a couple times a week, and through COVID, and the community rallied around that, but the funds run out and we weren't able to continue doing that. So once that was out, we started doing free pizza. So Pizza Hut started donating pizzas every week. And so a couple times a week, we also do that. Someone had said, we're providing pizzas, that could be a little bit unhealthy. And, I hope that, we're able to get some healthy alternatives. And lo and behold, this appears, this organization that offers, the free fruits and vegetables every week. So very, very blessed with that. We have an opportunity, Tuesday, June 15th and 29th at 5 p.m. Bracken's Kitchen food truck brings boxes of food similar to the ones he brings over to New Song, which is at 1010 17th Street. They bring these over to the St. Peter Lutheran Church parking lot. So everyone is welcome to walk up or drive through at that time at 5 p.m. on those two dates. Then in the works is a drive-through food donation. It's sponsored by Saddleback Church and the County of Orange. We're looking for a location where we can easily have the vehicles drive in and then drive out. So we were thinking about possibly St. Peter or the Orange County Credit Union, not the one on Ross because they open on Saturdays. We were considering the one over on, I believe it's Grand and St. Andrews. So it's just about 12 minutes on the freeway from Willard, about 15 minutes on the street to drive over there. And it's well worth it because Saddleback Church provides huge boxes for families. And this one is a one-time event. We're going to see if that works out, then we'll continue and book another one in August. So if anyone wants to know more about that location and find out more information on that drive-through food distribution, they can log on to Instagram or Facebook or any of the social media sites, or give us a call and we'll let you know once we get that, that location confirmed.
Great, thank you. Okay, so we'd like to open it up to any questions or feedback from the backpack event or other activities and initiatives you'd like to see. And we do want to start looking at a mix of both community events where we're providing services and you know, things or donations that are needed, but also fundraising events. You know, somebody suggested maybe a casino night or a loteria night, something so that fundraising event that we can then use those funds to provide services for the community. I do want to though pause and talk about some upcoming, our monthly neighborhood meetings. Now that summer's coming up and we may be we're doing some in-person events, we'd like to move the meetings up to 6:30 p.m., a little bit earlier. So they still will remain on the second Monday of the month. And because of summer break and folks being out of town, we are going to take a break July 12th, so we won't have a meeting July 12th. We may do a little bit of planning on the side, but we are super excited to hold an in-person meeting August 9th. And our goal is to do a hybrid event so that for those that can't join in person, you'll still be able to log in through Zoom. And so we're looking at a couple of locations and we'll confirm that well in advance, but just know that August 9th will be an in-person meeting. So, you know, we won't be wearing shorts and yoga pants down we'll be in person now, seeing each other, which I am so looking forward to. And then the rest of the meetings that we have scheduled for the year, again, the second Monday of the month are listed here. But I'd like to open it up to questions or suggestions or any other topics that folks would like to cover.
Hi, Irene. Can I say something? This is Gay.
Okay.
Hi. Okay, I had a one-on-one today with Councilman Hernandez, and I brought up the event, or not really event, but initiative that I want to occur in the Willard neighborhood, and that was to do a walk with the police officer in our neighborhood during the summer months, with flashlights and our dogs, or you know, just our kids out there, to show the community that we stand in solidarity and we're here. This initiative, I participated in Anaheim on this initiative, and it worked very well because my philosophy is that nobody should be afraid to walk in their own neighborhood. That's where it stems from. And I read a couple of comments made in the other social media platforms where people are totally afraid to walk their neighborhood. I'm not going to put up with that. And I hope nobody in this call does either. So I talked to him today about that. And he said that we could probably have one as early as July. So I'll keep you all informed and talk offline with the committee on that. But that would be an initiative that I want to really work on for July. Is I want to get a police officer walk with a group of us on a weekday in the summer months with our flashlights just around our neighborhood.
Yeah, Gabe, that sounds like a great idea. I think if you, I'll give you my work cell number. That way you give me a call, or my work phone number. And yes, if you give me a date, I will make sure I will personally be there, and then I'll bring some of my teammates as well. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna provide my work number to everybody. If you have any questions or want personal service from me, Corporal Rick Velasquez, supervisor of our directed patrol. So here it goes: 714-245-8752. This is Corporal Rick Velasquez, Santa Ana Police Department. So yeah, Gay, I look forward to this event, and you're right. It's the whole community policing aspect that we can only provide great work with the input and interaction of the community. So I think it's a great idea.
That's great, Corporal. Thank you so much. Do you mind repeating the number and I'll add it here to the chat?
Yes, ma'am. 714-245-8752.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, any other comments or feedback?
I just wanted to say thank you again for all of your hard work for the resource fair. We were singing your praises before you jumped on, but I want to say it again publicly. Something that I feel strongly about and would like to see happen eventually is I would love to see trash cans in our neighborhood, similar to Washington Square. I've noticed a lot of trash just kind of piles up in the neighborhood, and I'm hoping that if we had cans, I mean, almost every corner like Washington Square, that it would get cleaned up. I know Mayor Sarmiento said that we are in the midst of signing a new contract with a waste management company, and so maybe I should reach out to Councilman Hernandez or the mayor himself, but that's something that I would really like to see happen in our neighborhood. I don't know if you've all noticed, but while here on Parton between 10th and Lime, there's a car that has, I don't know what the guy's doing, but for the last 2 days, 2 or 3 days, there's like a milk jug of oil and there's just all kinds of debris around his car. And I just think if we had cans and an easy way to dispose of that we wouldn't have so much debris littering the streets. So I don't know, Irene, if you have any ideas, if you want to reach out to Councilman Hernandez or the mayor or both, I'm happy to do that. But I think it would be really helpful.
I did a little bit of research, 2016, maybe 2017, about trash cans. And I found out that Washington Square had, done fundraisers and got sponsors because they were, I don't remember if they were 10,000 a piece or something astronomical, or if it was 10,000, all of them. But I remember it was a number that was just not very attainable. Those were, each one was sponsored. Really expensive to do that. So we were told that we could not do that at Willard. We didn't have the funding. I mean, we could if we came up with the money and the sponsors, but it wasn't something that the city would pay for. And so what we did was through a city donation and the councilman, Juan Villegas, he provided, I want to say about $1,200, and we purchased black square trash cans. And I don't know if you've seen any of those, but Bracken's Kitchen, whenever he would come out and provide free meals over on Ross, he would put out his 2 trash cans. Violeta, who's at the corner of the park, she has 1 or 2 of those trash cans from way back in the day. Orange County's credit union was given trash cans, and so was St. Peter, and just a few locations here and there were scattered through the neighborhood. There was a dozen of them. What happened was that the kids would either, one of them, they put a firework underneath it and exploded the whole bottom of one of the trash cans. So that had to get thrown away. Others were either stolen because they weren't bolted down. They were, over the years, they just got thrashed. And so there aren't very many left over. So if we want to pick that up again and see how we can do a massive fundraiser, get sponsors to, pay for these permanent concrete, trash cans, it's a great idea. The city, though, will not be the ones to pick up that trash. So we would always have to have a person go, they may be able to fund through city donations the trash bags, but with the other trash cans, we had to have a person actually go pick up that trash and dispose of it. Just a little history.
No, thank you. And just to add more about how it works at Washington Square, they, from their funds that they have available, they have 2 kids that go around and empty the trash cans and keep them clean. So it is doable. And I don't think we need the big, massive ones, the big giant ones. But yeah, so why don't we start with Councilmember Hernandez? We have some other initiatives that we're going to be reaching out to him about. And then also Parks and Rec, they may have some trash cans that we may be able to use, but yes, they do have to be hosted. And I agree. I think it's definitely needed, even in some of the high traffic areas, like the corners of Willard School and some other areas.
I'd be happy to buy trash bags as well. I mean, if that's part of the issue, I'm happy to donate $20 a month or whatever it costs to buy the the trash bags. It's not a big deal.
Okay, thank you. So Bianca, would you like to be lead that committee? Okay, when we have then the conversation with Councilmember Hernandez, we'll make sure to find a time that works with you. And if you could lead that, that'd be awesome.
Fantastic.
Okay, Teresa added a comment to the chat, and it was a question for Corporal Velasquez. She was looking for an outreach source to contact someone that a homeless mentally or person that is having some issues on 10th and 15th on North Parton in a black Lexus. And thank you, Corporal, for responding. So I have this question often as well. Who's the best person to reach out to?
The best person is our quality of life team. It's led by Sergeant Montiel or their corporal, Cassandra Hawkins. But I used to do the quality of life team as well. So I still have great relationships with them. So if you guys even forward me the information, I'll pass it along with them. Like specifically for this female here, yes, tomorrow morning I can make sure that they respond. And they actually, the quality of life team is like the caravan that goes with the police officers, the public works to clean up if there was an encampment, followed by the mental health social workers. And they're the ones who have either the vouchers to go to the shelters or provide any other type of services, such as maybe they need drug rehab, maybe they're trying to get to their family out of state, or even something minor as getting a voucher to get a brand new driver's license or ID card. So they'll be able to help out and provide them with the services they need.
Good to know. Thank you.
And then I have one more thing I just want to promote. I was talking to Ms. Bianca before the meeting, the whole fireworks, right? It's that time of the season. And again, fireworks become an issue. We've been very fortunate. We started earlier this year because we're learning from past practices. So I want to promote our firework tip line. So I would encourage people because this is how we work with the community. We receive the tips and the information from you guys, and then we do the follow-up. My team specifically, this last week, the chief of police, he told us, my directed patrol, okay, firework enforcement, or it's becoming an issue. So here, I'm gonna provide everybody the information. So either you could call the line and leave a recorded message, or you could contact us via email. I provided the email as well. And so, last week we did 18 different undercover fireworks operations. And these either consisted of getting an address from the tip line or sometimes we have like from OfferUp, the posted messages, or Craigslist or Facebook and Instagram. People are posting that they're selling fireworks, and community members, they're providing us with the links and the flyers, or just if they have a neighbor that's selling, they give us the times or even their contact info. And that's huge because, like I said, police department, a lot of people don't really like to contact us, but this way you guys could remain anonymous and just provide the information that we're going to do follow up on. And Ms. Bianca, you mentioned on Instagram, right? Is that where you saw the pictures of some of the seizures? Yeah, we've been getting big seizures. And also we spoke about maybe a few months ago back in the city of Ontario, one of the garages was filled with fireworks, and unfortunately it caught on fire and 2 people perished. So some of these seizures, we are finding the same exact thing, just like tons and tons of fireworks, which is a danger, not just to the community there, but just to everybody.
No, thank you for that information. Okay, any other comments or suggestions? Great. Well, thank you everyone for joining today, for taking time out of your afternoon. Again, I think we're just all elated with the great backpack event that we had. We'll be sharing out photos from that event. We are using Constant Contact now to communicate, so definitely look for that in your email. We'll be sharing those out. And again, a reminder that July we will not have a meeting, but you can reach out to us through social media or email or even call us. And we look forward to having an August in-person event. We hope everyone enjoys their summer, and we'll definitely all be in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Alyssa.